YouTube fam, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. Get out of here. It's been actually too long. Thank you all for joining in, and hopefully, let's see, we'll have maybe a few more people pop in. I wanted to kind of jump on my main channel because it occurred to me that I have not been over here in a minute because, as many of you know, I've been grinding on Life or Death, a live graphic novel experience. I've been doing a lot of videos and a lot of work over there. And I've actually gotten to a point where I'm going to make an announcement. I'm actually going to go straight to that channel right after this and make sort of a latest announcement. And, you know, it occurred to me, I was like, you know what, let me pop on the main channel for a minute and kind of catch you guys up. I first want to say thank you I hit a milestone. I'm at 500 subs for this channel, so I definitely want to keep content going on over here for all the new subscribers as well. And then, you know, maybe later on, if anybody wants to know, we'll see, because I want to keep the stream pretty short. Hey, Melissa, yes. Busy, absolutely busy. You know, it's funny you bring that up. How busy have I been so last week, you know, I had to plan out the callbacks, of which you were a part. I was so happy to have you this weekend. I broke down, what's it, 4 or 5? I gotta remember now, it's all a blur. 4 or 5 different scenes where I had to do sort of a director's breakdown for the beats of the performers. So I did those breakdowns to make sure I was prepared. And then from Friday forward, I reviewed something like 150 auditions. The word is getting out, and I've been getting auditions sent directly to my email account. So from Friday, let's see, reviewed those auditions and made callback decisions for those all the way almost up to the minute of the first audition, first callback, because as you know, we started callbacks for Life or Death at 2:00, and I ran 5 separate callbacks sessions over there on Saturday. Then after that, I did a little bit more reviewing, and then because I wanted to go ahead and see if I could put together callbacks for a group of scenes for Sunday, which I was able to do. So we had callbacks again on Sunday. So it's a total of 6 callback sessions that I ran on Saturday and Sunday, in addition to Thank you. My Vivid Life. Glad to have you here. Yeah, just crossed the 500 subs. It's a really nice milestone, as you know. I'm going to continue to grind, as you know, because you're on that grind too, Vivid, for sure. And yeah, just going down. So, really, really happy to be doing that. And of course, we want to move forward. So, as I'm, it's kind of interesting as I'm trying to grow this channel, you've got the Life or Death channel, and I'm growing that as well. And in many ways, maybe that's growing organically because there's a lot of interest with specifically what we're doing, with creating the story. So thank you, My Vivid Life, and glad to see you here. Glad to have you here. Um, so yeah, ran those auditions, callbacks, and then from Sunday now, what I'm getting so many, like right now I'm looking at a queue, guys, of 272 email messages that I'm gonna go through. Not all of them are auditions, monologues, but a lot of them are. So I got to go through, and what I'm doing is going through, kind of putting them in the different categories and making the decisions. And the way I'm going to stay ahead of it is I'm going to probably make um, casting or callback decisions either daily or every other day on the Life or Death channel. So that's why I posted the Life or Death channel link here. You'll see it there. It's right above us. I don't know if maybe I need to pin that. I'll go to the channel here. Let me take a quick look and see if I can pin it so that if you have not yet subbed over there, then please, by all means. So we got Sophia Sharif. Good evening. Teach me something. Whatever you want to learn, and we all in that learning process as well. So whatever, if you have any questions while I'm doing this, just let me know. And if anybody just want to come up too, then just let me know, and I'll drop the link, and we'll bring you up to talk about it. So what I want to do here is, and I just got a note here. Congrats on the success of the live graphic novel. Thank you, My Vivid. Yes. Thank you very much. And let me tell you, I mean, it's rolling like we want, but I lied to you not when I tell you that this is just the very beginning of this whole little thing here. It's like the tip of the iceberg. If this goes like I think it can go, this is um, this is gonna be heading somewhere. So I'm glad. Let's see, JD, good to be here. Yeah, good to have you here. Thanks for coming through. And of course, I got to shout out. I cheese every time I see you. The big boss, Gail. Wait a minute, Gail at night. What happened? You changed Gail at night? So okay, because your name. I guess you didn't want people having your last name anymore. So I'm not going to shout that out. What happens in the daytime, though, Gail? You changed the channel. I want to know the story on this because now it's Gail at night. Are you getting ready to start just go ahead and start your YouTube channel? Is that what's happening? That would be, that's hot. That's some news right there if you're gonna do that. And it's gonna be called Gail at Night. Gail at Night. That's a nice ring to it. When you do that, you should only do it at night. I'm getting the eyes. We might be on to something. We might. Oh, she's saying yeah. Oh, so you should only do it. You're talking to a creative over here now. There's a lot of us over here. So we're gonna have all kinds of ideas for how you should run it. And you've been supporting anything I can do to support what you're doing. If you're really gonna do this, I'm crazy busy. I really am. It's no joke. But if you need me to help you come up with, how I have little intros for my stuff and little things like that. Anything I can do to help you with that, just let me know. Because you have been supporting me day one with the boss mod skills. So who's gonna mod your channel? But then wait a minute, I've seen you mod and be on someone else's channel at the same time. So So that's gonna be interesting. So if you're not pulling our leg, then congrats, Gail. We're looking forward to seeing Gail at night. Okay, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, yeah, we got your back, Gail. Come on, you know that. So, where was I? So, so yeah, so life or death. So yeah, I was saying I'm gonna start putting I'm gonna start creating the videos over there, but I felt like I needed to come over here because it's been a minute since we did in the main channel. Plus, I want to put this out to people who aren't they're not going to catch it live, but they'll catch the replay. To please go ahead and check out what we putting down over on Life or Death, because so far we've got a lot of excellent just raw auditions with the monologues first, and then on the callbacks. These callbacks are fire. These people, these we have such talented people from all over the country with also some very interesting experiences and things they've done kind of on the side, who are now coming over to either some experienced actors who are checking it out and wanting to audition, or um, people who've never acted before but have deep experiences in other areas, and they're just trying it out. And these callbacks, some of these callbacks are fire. It's coming from first timers. So you go over, sub the channel, and then check out the info, check out these callbacks, and you're watching it grow right in front of you. You're watching it take shape right in front of you. So by all means, check it out. Check it out. Let's see, I'm going back to the chat right now. JD, yeah, we're here to hold Gail up because you're right, it's only right. Exactly. So this is what happened when you just Gail and you do all this. Thank you, Gail, for putting that up there. And you do all this, just putting in and depositing into people's lives. It comes right back to you, as you know. So so that's what's up. That is what's up. So you just let us know when you get started, and we'll make time to come up with something jazzy for Gail at night. Okay. So what I want to do, let me just do this now. I'm gonna go ahead, and I think I was mentioning all the stuff that kind of we got us to where we are now. Well, since yesterday, I've gone through a whole bunch more, and I've decided, and I've added a few more people who will be on the callbacks. I'm gonna read all the callbacks for the different characters that I'm reading for now. I might read the intended callbacks for everybody, main and supporting, just to put it out here so that in a way this is kind of a reporting on this channel what I've been doing with Life or Death on the other channel. And then I may take some questions or anything if anybody has any. And then I'm going to just pop over to Life or Death, because I've promised the folks over in Life or Death that I'm going to make this announcement regularly so that they can know what the next steps are now that they're being called back. All right, so I have a bunch of cast. Uh, I have a big cast of characters. I'm just going to kind of go down this list, and I'm going to read everybody. Now, some names have already had their callbacks, so I'm just going through everybody to make sure I don't forget anybody. So for the role of Caleb, I've got Darrell Brown, Dewan Patrick, Shamar Rice, Jalen Downs, Sincere Brown, Quan Chambers, Q Love, and William Oliver. They are currently on my callback list for Caleb. All right, so we're still auditioning, we're still having callbacks, but so far these are the people that are intriguing me for that role. For the role of Roy, I've got, thank you, Peter Investor. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the support. Roy, for the role of Roy, Rockman Johnson, Dre Bettis, Dewan Patrick, Q Love, Troy Walker, and Willie Davis. Those are the people who are interested in me right now for Roy. For the role of Bus, and some of you guys heard some pretty, at least one really outstanding callback for Bus. Daniel C. Myers, Mike Benson, Dre Bettis, Howard Squires, Cecil Parker, Rob Dobson, and Chef Shapino. And Chef is the one who's actually already gone, and he's gonna make it hard. You guys were with me yesterday. He's gonna make it hard on some people. I don't mind just saying who did well. He was the one that did well. Um, Bianca, for the role of Bianca, Shinosha Jordan, Shanisa Dixon, Joy Hartman, Deandra, Deandra Daniels, Anastasia Shernaya, Farrah Franklin, Iris Chavez, Shanari Morris, Alex Marine, Brianna, Brianna Mary, Tony Poe, Alana Phillips, Brigatti, just one name, Rachel Izigbu, Maya Fuentes, Marie Fafana, and Rainey Thomas. All these people so far, and we're still going. A lot of competition for Bianca, the role of Bianca. So that one's going to be fierce. We're going to end up having to introduce maybe a few things. Thank you, JD, for going over and subbing. Definitely check out the videos and see what's going on. You, especially this last one that we did was a nice um, it was a nice callback for I think all of the scenes that I'm calling back for. If not all, then all except one. And so when you watch it, you'll get like a nice preview of what the story is. And I'm having to be really, really selective about these callbacks because I can't run all the callbacks and everybody start putting everything together ahead of time. No, 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 no. Vaughn, Vaughn the Great, what's going on? glad to have you here. Yeah, and you're right, Vivid. It's people are competing for the roles. Um, oh, and I forgot one more for Bianca, and that's Saja, uh, Waite. So I'll just say wait for that, but Saja Wait also. In fact, I'm making sure because I need to put that one up there closer to the rest of them. I almost forgot it. All right, so for the role of Ava, for the role of Ava, I've got Patrice Garner, Nicole Bishop, Rose Suprius, Baron Nelise, Winter Lee Holland, Tierra Mayfield, Courtney Lynn, Arisha Connor, and Jellica Brown or Galica Brown, one or the other. So far, that's my list for the role of Ava. Bianca's father, Von Bryant, the great Von the Great, Cecil Parker, Mike Simmons, Will Taylor, and Derek Quick. Bianca's mother, Ashley Jackson, Melissa Jane, Melissa in the house, Hattie Knight, Val Esquera, Baron Nelsie, Helena S., Cynthia Smith, Arisha Connor, and Winter Lee Holland. So far, they are all callbacks for Bianca's mother. Yeah, you heard Patrice Connor. She put in a strong callback, audition and callback for the role of Ava. Um, she's got some competition though. Is that nobody, people aren't making this easy for me. It's always a tough thing. So much good talent from all over the country. Let me read this real quick. I'm so impressed that the list. I was asked to do a slavery role because of my brown and blue eyes. I feel bad now because they kept asking, why didn't you do it? I'm actually curious. Are you, yeah, what's the deal? What's the story behind that? I'm actually curious. Okay, so I'll go ahead and name the supporting roles because right now I don't have a whole lot that I've actually kind of identified in the callbacks role, and I may end up for some of these main roles. I'm actually considering you for other roles as well, maybe even primarily. So I might as well read out the other roles and who I have, at least in mind right now. So Bianca's best friend, her girlfriend, Monique Mancera, one of my students, he goes by the name of Mumu, Amanda Williams, Alexis Mack, Tiffany Daly, and Christina Renee. For the role of Craig, Dominique Kilpatrick, and Q Love. I have a character in this called Sexy Girl. I'm gonna have to give her a name, but right now she's Sexy Girl. That's Amanda Williams, Alexis Mack, Shakia Miles. Right now, let's see. There's a witness, character of a witness. Right now, I have down Kizra Dion. And again, it's going to be some roles that filter down. When if someone doesn't get one of the lead roles, then I'll consider them for some of these other roles as well. So there are going to be some other names on here as well. So you got the role of a door guard, Aaron, Rob, Horace, Bus's boy, Craig's boy number 1 and 2, frat boy number 1 and 2, a trainer, a bartender, a pastor, a messenger. Then just listen out here. So Frank Cleveland is a musician. I call him the maestro because he's brilliant and extremely talented. He's indicated his intention to score Life or Death. I also have people who want to submit music. Tamika Griswold. Tamika, I believe, auditioned. I'm not sure if I brought her in for a callback yet, but I was thinking about her for a supporting role. And Tamika Griswold is a rapper who wants to put some music in it if it's possible. Then I have TC Urquhart, or I'll just say Urquhart, is an award-winning music producer as well, and he has announced intentions. And I had a few other people. I have to write these names down, who also was like, "Hey, I got some music. I want to see if I can get into this." So good stuff. I'm going down now. The chat, massive talent, absolutely, just really, really. I guess massive is a good way to put it because it's a few heavy hitters. In fact, let me give a shout to one because she told me about a movie that's on Netflix right now that she's one of the lead characters in, Winter Lee Holland. Those of you who were with me for the callbacks before, she talked about how she is in a lead role for a film that was produced it came out in 2016, that had Oscar nominated contenders in it. The name of the film is called Loving. Loving, Loving. And she says that it's on Netflix right now. I haven't had a chance to go. I fully intend to go watch it just to see. We always have to support each other, especially when we're talking about independent productions. And, to have, someone coming in and auditioning for a part that, has been a part of not only this, it's a number of things that she was a part of, but this is going to be the one that I highlight the most, is just an honor and a blessing. So yeah, definitely talent, definitely talent. Let's see. Yep, Patrice is in the callbacks. Patrice is right here. I was bragging on you before you. I don't know if you heard me. I was bragging on you, Patrice, before you got in here. You have competition now, but I cannot deny you're coming with some strength yourself. Let's see here. Coming in. I'm just going through the chats to see which ones I want to pull up. Yeah, Vaughn is giving you your props. You did an awesome job. Let's see. And we're just giving all the chats. Is Angela Bassett in the movie? Is there a love scene and can you read for it? So check it. This is for voice auditions. So even if there was a love scene, you would just be making the noises. All right. You wouldn't get no real action with Angela Bassett in this anyway. All right. That would be some simulated kissing and the rest. Okay. You would be making all the noises. Let's see. Going down. Thank you, Gail. Thank you so much. Let's see. Thanks for I've been grinding. I need to do that. She's asking me about someone who she's making a connection with. I think you said the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll go back and read everything again. I just have to send the email introducing myself because yeah, I've been so nose to the ground, just trying to get everything done here properly, with casting on this. I need to make the time to do that. So thanks for the reminder, Patrice. Let's see. Yep, handled the competition pretty well. And right now we're just giving each other our props. So I'm going through the list of callbacks as of now. As I mentioned, I'm about to go over to my Life or Death channel and just read this list for the people. This is going to be news for the people over there who have not yet heard their names. I'm going to add some instructions on what they need to do in order to get prepared. I haven't set my next callbacks date yet, but it will probably be on the weekend. I'll try to go for something during the week, but I'm so busy that I probably will end up setting something again for if either Saturday evening, or possibly Saturday or Sunday, and I'll go for some earlier. It might be Friday evening. It might be Friday evening, but there you go. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to kind of put this out, make this a short one. Thank y'all so much for just jumping in and being here with me. If you have and sharing the love. Um, if you have any questions, then you can put them out there, or kind of a talk in general. What I kind of end with is just to talk about, and I mentioned this a little bit on Life or Death. Over here is a good spot to kind of at least talk about it. I won't get into a soapbox about it, but the state of Black independent filmmaking, as we know, in general, has always been one where we have struggled to get our work out, because the big six, as they call them, they're not checking for us in terms of telling our stories, as much as we are represented in the population. I just put it that way. um, and so there's always just a hand, as you guys know this, there's always just a handful of predominantly Black cast movies that come out, and they do better. They do, first of all, whenever if it's it looks like it's going to be a decent film, it almost always does extremely well here in the States, and they travel better than people think, worldwide. So there's almost every reason to make a Black film and put it out there. And in terms of the Marvel films, if there's not a there's not a better example of a predominantly Black cast film than Black Panther. When that came out, it went something like 2 billion worldwide. I have to look up and see what the worldwide gross of Black Panther is as of right now in the theaters. But it was ridiculous, and it was the highest grossing. This is a Marvel movie, just like any other. Introduced the character, just like any other. Iron Man, Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that. Black Panther comes out and just absolutely wallops. Um, all films. If it might even be tops in terms of any film at this point. Let's see, Black Panther box office worldwide. Let's see how much money Black Panther made. So I'm not sitting here talking out of my behind. Okay, I said 2 billion. I was going crazy. 1.344 billion. So I don't need to say 2 billion. 1.3 billion dollars worldwide. One movie. So if that's just not proof by itself that predominantly Black cast films can do financially well, then I don't know what is. We need, there's no reason why we should not have more predominantly Black cast films, especially films that with Black directors. Basically, Black people telling Black stories. Now, the Black Panther thing is not quote unquote a Black story. That's a work of fiction, but in many ways, it's drawing from the culture, as we all know, the cultural references of many, African American as well as parts of Africa, fictional country, but it's drawing from Black culture, and so we just need more Black people telling Black stories. Let's see here. I'm going down real quick. Thank you, Melissa. We're just out here pushing. So yeah, on this point, as I keep going, so the point being is that because the big six are not checking for Black films, um, we have to show ingenuity. We have to be creative, and we got to just be scrappy with creating our stories and then getting them out there. And the only way to do it, of course, is to go out and do it. And I'm happy to know that really all across the country. There are a lot of small indies that are just getting out here, starting wherever they are and just doing it. And that's what we need. What you see in Life or Death is an effort to tell a Black story, if you will, at least Black cultural story from a Black perspective with an all Black cast. And it's not a film. It was written to be a film, but you have the illustrations. It still tells a story. And we're just going to add this element to it. And we're going to put it out there just like anything else as an independent effort. We're going to do it all on YouTube. We're going to see if we can get the YouTube subscribers up. And, if we do the normal thing, then it might be something that could be profitable, but it's worth trying, just to get the other story out by any means necessary. And if it is successful, then we got some plans for it. I've already written the outline for a prequel and a sequel. And the way that I'm going to involve the audience with what we're doing is going to be groundbreaking also. So there's a lot of different plans for that. I'm reading some of this stuff here. This is kind of interesting. XDMC, Fred Williamson made a killing overseas with his straight to VHS films. You hit me with something I didn't know. So now I'm gonna create a tab right now and look this up and see what you're talking about, because that's interesting. All right, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm going down now the list also. Thank you, Sophia. Yep. Tell everybody, not just him. Patrice, I'm just honored to be even considering the pleasure of possibly working with the Emmy winner. Thank you, Patrice. You wherever you always make sure you give me my props. And I appreciate that. If we don't, brag on ourselves and brag on each other, then who's gonna do it for us, right? So appreciate you. You're working on something, Patrice, that's all secret. I don't know what it is, but when you can let when you can talk about it, I can't wait to pump up whatever this project is you got going too. So yeah, we can't wait. We all can't wait to support you as well. Vaughn, are you doing all this yourself, or do you have others that will be working with you on the production? Your boy's doing this all by himself. I'm bad about that too. I gotta stop that. Maybe after this one or something, I'll try to create a team. But I'm doing this all by myself, and it's something that I kind of do a lot of in general. Just basically just take on too much. But a lot of times, that's the only way I know it'll happen. So I do as much as I can. And in this particular one, a lot of the stuff is a lot of the assets are already created. And when it comes to the creative side of the creative editing and all that, I have the ability to do that myself. So, so most things I'll do myself. I'm not going to score this myself. I don't have the talent to do that. That's why I'm bringing in other people to do the score, add music, and things like that. But yeah, all this behind the scenes work. Yep. You are so right. Black Panther had people actually wanting to build a Wakanda. That's saying something. 100%, yes. Not only that, I don't know if you guys saw that video where, where there was one professor at a college who was clueless, and his students had him thinking that Wakanda was an actual real place. Do you guys see that video? I should pull that up on YouTube. It's hilarious. So yeah, the power of Black Panther was absolutely was strong and undeniable. And as you know, they're going to be coming out with the Black Panther 2 here coming up pretty soon. Let's see here. Rodney played in G.I. Jane, 2.5 Men, The Supermarket, Everybody Hates Chris. I'll definitely tell him, yeah, please. And just spread the word in general. Tell them about just the whole effort, because the key thing is, I believe that the more people find out about it and just give it a chance, you get hooked into the story. The story itself is strong. It really is. It's just flat out strong. So when people kind of get hooked into the story, hopefully they'll continue to tell other people and turn it into the kind of phenomenon. It's really a mission, because yes, I want to do this and I want to be successful at it. Yes, absolutely. But really, more than that, for me, this represents a creative way, another way, a viable way to get our stories out. It's such a challenge on an independent film level to raise money to go out and make a film, and then everything that's involved. For me, it's easy just to focus on just the acting aspect of and the talent aspect of what I'm doing. But if I were out making a film as a director, you got to worry about everything else, and those things have to be done with excellence. The cinematography, excellence, lighting has to be done with excellence. My job as director in terms of deciding where to place shots, and how to shoot and how to compose, how to frame. All those take a certain amount of talent and skill and experience. And there's a level of excellence that has to be set in order for all these things. The sound has to be recorded properly when you're editing. Sound design and of course editing has to be done with real skill. So there's a lot of barriers to independent filmmakers trying to put something out that's going to be worth anything, any good. And so as Black filmmakers, even more so because typically we have less resources. Well, if I can kind of show with this that this is a different way to tell a story that brings those barriers to entry down, there are fewer of them. In my case, you need a talented illustrator, someone who can edit and then animate and then bring in talent, acting talent, and understand how to work with them to get great performances, then this has the potential to open up something like, if I'm really successful with it, a whole bunch of other people going to jump in and say, hey, I can do my stories like that too. I'll do it just like that. And so for me, this is about trying to see, because that's lofty, coming up with a whole nother way to just do stuff out and have a whole lot of people doing it. That's lofty. It is. It's ambitious. But if I can do it, then now we've got another way to tell our authentic stories. And it's about doing that because part of the problem is that, we have people telling inauthentic stories and creating stereotypes about who we are, and the world is buying it because what we see, we believe. So all these is a lot of stories that even tell half truths. People understand the truths and then believe the half truths and associate it with us and put things on us that are just not a part of who we are. And not saying that everybody is part of the human condition to have um you know um the yin and yang, positive characteristics and traits, negative characteristics and traits. There's good and bad, protagonists and antagonists with part of being human. But what happens is we're getting hit as a people with many more of the negative stereotypes. And people all over the world are watching Hollywood films that are promoting these negative stereotypes. And even we're doing it to ourselves with some independent films. And believing it and thinking that's who we are. And no, we not. That's not who we are. And there, anyway, I said I wasn't gonna get on the soapbox. I can talk for a minute on that. Let's see how you going to ensure the audio is perfect with all the participants in the end. I'm not going to tell you. That's a good question though. I'd rather just do it. And that's part of what I'm doing. Like I want to be able to introduce some things. I do have a plan for it, just so you know, Melissa. And it's going to be nice when I execute. So yes, that's on my mind. That is on my mind. I want you guys to see how it unfolds. I want that to be part of the story. All right. All right. So it looks like we got a couple. We got a couple of questions done here, and I'm not gonna hold y'all. Any other questions? I deliberately stepped off the soapbox because I was about to go all in on the state of Black filmmaking and what we need to be doing and all of that. So I've learned how to restrict myself. A long time ago, it was the first film festival that I had ever won, best film, best director. It was a film festival in Atlanta for Love Trap, and I got up on Anybody with Love Trap, when you're watching this, you'll remember this. I got up on that stage. It was a cool little festival. Or let's see, Orlando Jones was there. He was presenting, and it was small little indie. And my film, my little old film, I made Love Trap for just over $6,000 cash out. All right, and my film was up against these movies that people were spending real money on, from LA and all that. And my film won, and I went up, and Orlando Jones had just made this speech about how we how it ain't easy to make these independent films, and like you need talent in all these different areas, blah 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 blah. Well, I had made Love Trap with basically the entire cast was new, or hadn't been formally trained. A couple of them had been in a couple other small indie films shot in Jacksonville, but nothing quote unquote major, and no experience in the crew or anything. And I got up and I went on this long speech. And I'm not gonna tell you everything, but I went on this long. I got on the soapbox about we can do it, we can do it. I'm showing that we can do it this way. You don't need to have all this, and this, and this. And I was up there for a minute, and they clapped me off the stage. They clapped me off the stage. Yeah, little over 6K. I'm particularly proud of that film because it was that's peanuts for a budget. And I think I've told this story before. One of the things I'm most proud of with Love Trap is, after it was done, we went all over. We was winning film festivals. When it got picked up for First Look Studios, it was on Showtime for a year and a half. And my little $6,000 movie that could was coming on right after Mission Impossible. Oh, over and over again for a year and a half. So that was one of the most amazing things. There's a lot of little amazing moments when it comes to Love Trap. Don't make me go get my little scrapbook and show you guys all the stuff that was going down with Love Trap. It was quite an amazing experience. Let's see, Patrice. At the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, Miss Michelle allows, so it is Las Vegas Black Film Festival. Miss Michelle allows indie filmmakers to submit their film to her, and they vote on the winner, and your film gets seen in the movie theater. Yep. And a lot of the Black indie film festivals either follow that or something real close to that, Patrice. So yeah, thanks for spelling that out. Yeah, so I was just remembering how I went on that long. It was a trip. That long little speech I gave after once I got up on the podium to accept my award. It was funny. Before the billions, what's happening? Glad to have you here. I've already told all the stories now. I'm getting ready to wind down. Any questions before I go? You might have to catch the replay before the billions. But I just made basically it's a kind of a latest announcement on what's going on Life or Death. And so before I go, I definitely want to again emphasize, please go subscribe. This is what Gail's got my back over here. Please subscribe to the Life or Death channel, because honestly, I'm going to be doing more and more over there. I'm going to do stuff over here still, and I'll be doing, updates. And then as some topical things come up, I probably will still be doing some things. But really, I'm going to be spending a lot more of my attention right now to the efforts of Life or Death to push that out. But I got to keep this. I still got to keep this channel going because you all have been supporting this one. And my plan is, should I? I got a plan. I'm going to do some things that will, in a very interesting way, link what I'm doing over here to what I'm doing over on Life or Death. And I'm looking forward to that as well. Let's see. Okay, I'm going down here because I'm getting hit with some interesting questions here. Did I cry for what? Talking about when I won? No, I didn't cry. I was super happy, and I got on my "We Can Do It" straight motivational thing. I put that cap on, and I was trying to start a movement on day one. If you're talking about that, on my, when I won my first Black Film Festival, and so it was too much. It was too much. It was funny though. It was funny. It was a moment. It was a moment. But we still, guys, there's so much opportunity right now. And I want to talk more about this as I continue with Life or Death. But now is the time for some serious opportunity when it comes to what we're doing. Getting the word out, and then ownership. And see, that's the part. One of these days, I'll probably talk a little bit about Love Trap and what I learned, because it was one little mini miracle to make the movie, but it was another one to get it picked up for distribution, and then what I had to go through with the contracts. I'll just say this part: once you make a film, these independent film distribution companies are like sharks, and they want to take as much of it as they possibly can and give you as little as you can. If you go in not being savvy at all, and I negotiated all my own contracts. Contract for Love Trap, it took me 4 months to negotiate that contract. 4 months. And there's some stories in that one as well. They will take, they will play you hard. So I've learned my lessons from Love Trap. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, that was a younger Frank Gooden. Think about it, it's 2021 now. I won that festival in 2005. So that was 16 years ago when that happened. Let's see. Thanks for telling us about Life or Death. I used to act like I wrote skits for Saturday Night Live. Reminds me of Prince going through his dad's music in Purple Rain. I don't know that story. You're going to have to tell me. That's an interesting one. I don't know that one. I'm sitting here getting notices now of people submitting auditions. Yes, Patrice. You're talking about how they try to get you. And I know you have stories, Patrice. And I have some over on this side, on the filmmaking side. And let me just show you. Where is it? Let me show you. It's funny you mentioned about the music. Man, if I put it back, I might have put it back. Oh, here it is right here. So check this out. So this is Love Trap, guys. This is what it looked like when we when it was released in stores, and when it got picked up by First Look Studios. The interesting thing about Love Trap is that it's not just the DVD. We did a soundtrack with it. So this is this is the DVD, and so you pop that in, of course, watch the movie, and then we check this out. We got like a 13 song soundtrack, and it's fire. Local talent, and I'm telling you, I lied to you not. I might have to put this on somewhere or whatever, so you guys can hear classic style R&B tracks. It's fire. And do you know? And I've never talked about this. It's interesting. We get a YouTube channel, you start talking about things. I've never talked about this, but and I was too new to know about this part. But there's an aspect to, I guess you can call it publishing. Patrice would know this better. Where First Look Studios, I'll just say it like this: they did some shady stuff with the publishing for the songs on this, and it hurt. Not only did it hurt me, but it hurt local artists, and they coming to me asking me what's going on, and I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. And that's kind of another story in and of itself. And I'm not gonna just because I'll just be smart right now, even though First Look Studios is now they went bankrupt because of some other stuff, and now the ownership, the license went up to, I think it's Millennium Studios now, something like that. Anyway, it was some shady stuff went down with publishing, so all about that. Adrian Nash in the house, all about that. Patrice. Let's see. Yep, 2 for 1. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, you guys are looking at the. Yeah, it was part of what made it such an attractive package. It was selling. Adrian Nash in the house. Adrian, we saw you when you jumped on the other channel. Um, uh, anyway, I was gonna say some stuff. Adrian, you all right? I'll just put it that way. You are all right, Adrian. You're a trip. Let's see. Yeah, definitely a crazy, crazy business. Adrian, I don't know what this is. I got a girl who works for the USPTO. What's that? What's the USPTO? You guys know? Am I supposed to know? Let's see if I can guess it before you tell me. USPTO, United States PTO. Yeah, I gotta wait for it. United States. Because I'm trying to think of what it could be and why. How is it relevant to what I'm talking about right now? USPTO. I was like, wait for it. Let us know, Vaughn. And I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I'm holding y'all. Oh, okay. See, and you being studying what you did, I could see why you would go straight to that acronym now. The Patent and Trademarks Office. So I have no experience with that. When you're doing creative works, at least in my field, you work with the U.S. Copyright Office. So there's a copyright for that has been issued for Love Trap, for Life or Death, for a couple other scripts that I've written. You apply for a copyright. You don't apply for a patent, of course. And a trademark is something completely different as well. You actually have to use that in order for that to be in effect, and it's really, really you know better than I do how hard it is to get a trademark. So that's why I didn't know that particular acronym. We work with the U.S. Copyright Office. All right. All right. So anything else, guys? This has been good. Let's see. I have some industry contacts out there in Florida. If all goes well, I may be in Florida. Well, I'm in Jacksonville, right on the handle, right at the top. Jacksonville, first coast. That's what we call Bold New City in the South. If you're ever in Jacksonville, we will link up. We will link up. Find a nice little spot. We can have a nice little spot at the beach. We can have a nice little spot downtown by the river. That you see the river, the picture of the river right here. That's downtown. A few little spots there, the river walk, and a few other places. So it's a few nice places here. We could definitely link up at. Let's see. It's frightening when you don't know about copyright laws. I've had stuff taken and can do anything. You are so right. You are so right. You absolutely have to protect your intellectual property. You absolutely have to. There's some more stuff I could say on that, but I'm gonna chill. Just going through. Yep. So any questions, y'all? Because I'm not gonna hold you. Thank y'all for even hanging with me as long as you have. Melissa Jane, thank you for the support. Hit me with the Cash App. Appreciate you, Melissa Jane. You just hit me. Thank you for all the support. Every little bit. You see, we're all on this mission. And so in a lot of ways, I love this economy we're creating because we really pass it around. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll hit Miss B Finesse. I'll hit hit Gail way back for just as a thank you. We just go through. I might have hit you. I forget if I hit you with something, a little something, Melissa. We just passing around, and it's really, really good to have that economy because we're holding each other up. We're supporting each other, and we're all coming up together. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. Good evening, the official urban therapist. What's happening? We've been chopping it up here, urban therapist. I made some announcements about life and death, and then we talked a little bit about the state of Black independent filmmaking, of which I'm very passionate. So it's cool to have people kind of popping in as we go. But I'm trying to get off because I don't want to, as you guys know, I am very, very cognizant of people's time. That's kind of how I roll. I am the creator. If you guys ever see, let me just show you. The originator of the courtesy clock, the originator of the guest timer for objections. I try to stay cognizant of people's time, so when we get to going, I put us on the clock so that we don't have to stay. We won't have to stay because people can bloviate, boy, and it's cool. It's all love, but people can kind of go and they'll keep going unless you just jump right in, So anyway, I'm trying to let us go so that we don't. Yep, Sophia. Yep. So I'm gonna let us go if there are no more questions. Yeah, Vaughn, bust them out when we have to now. You know that. Yep, Patrice, everybody co-signing. I'm telling you, I will bust it out. You get to going, and it's cool because we all do it. We all do it. And we don't know that we've been really, really going because we're passionate about what we're talking about. But I'll put that timer on and let you know. All right. Good stuff, guys. Thank y'all so much. I just wanted to pop in and make those announcements. For those of you who came in late, just catch the replay and please spread the word about life or death. That's what I'm very hyped about. That's where the energy is going right now. And thank you again, Melissa Jane, for your support. It is greatly appreciated. Of course, we need every bit we can get. And so I just thank you for the direct support, Melissa. It's very, very special. Thank y'all for supporting just to be here with me, kind of putting up with all of this too. All right. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna let us go. I'm personally, you guys can jump over on the other one if you want. I'm gonna go over in life or death, make a short announcement about who has been back for callbacks, and then I'll make that, and then I'll head on out. Here we go, Adrian. See, Adrian flirts like this because she knows she's all the way across the country. That's how y'all ladies do. The ladies do that. They'll flirt with you when it's safe. Thank you, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Congrats on the 500 subs. We talked about that earlier. Thank you so much. Salute to you, veteran. We just coming off Veterans Day. Veterans don't get enough props. Salute to you as a veteran, and salute to you also as a brother who is supporting and upholding others who are trying to be positive and do positive things. I appreciate you, and I, like very cognizantly make sure that, just being in that walk with Christ like you are, I make sure that I want to, keep my testimony clean, because when you have other people coming out to, and letting everybody else know, hey, this is a man of God, it's like, okay, I need to make sure that, I'm not disappointing anybody, most of all God. But, I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you for everything that you've done. That was an amazing stream that you had with me, and I've seen some other ones that you've watched as well, that you've done as well, and you're doing just excellent, outstanding work, Uncle Stu. And so I appreciate you and honor you for what you're doing. And like I said on the stream, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Going through now, please. Just appreciate it. That's what I'm looking for. And please just tell everybody about it. We're doing some special stuff over there. On this little note that I just mentioned too, if you guys watched the last one, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'll save it. I was gonna talk about something. I'm gonna save it because I'm trying to get us off. I'll talk about it on another one. Let's see. I paid for the plane ticket for you and Nash to come together. Wait a minute, Uncle Stu. just you know what? I'm gonna be quiet. You tripping? Let's see. Um, Definitely, Adrian keeps it real. She really does. You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get off now. I keep saying that. So appreciate it. Don't worry, I'm gonna do the next one, and I'll keep us kind of updated over here with what's going on Life or Death. Tell everybody, and from time to time, I will continue to do subjects that I feel like should be highlighted on this main channel. I think everybody knows that I'm focused on Life or Death right now. Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all. I can officially let y'all go. You know how I do. I like to play my outro. Please type some good things for me, some positive things on the outro. And then I will let me check this one more time. Yep, we good. So yeah, please type some good things on my outro as we head out. Love y'all. I will see y'all next time.
Wow.